Welcome back, everybody, to the Roulette of Sadness Recycle Edition with the next game on the series, Circus Charlie on the arcade. Well, it might give you the impression that I played this game recently. Well, I uploaded a couple of years ago, or maybe longer than that, this very same game, this very same version, for the Capcom vs. Konami series live streams that I did back in 2017. So it has been at least 8 years since I played this version. So I'm gonna go for it. It's gonna be a single video in which I'm gonna show all the levels. This version is the one in which you can select the stage, the starting point of the game. We're gonna go in the expected order. Well, this game is a great classic. Probably there is many of us that found out about this version years after knowing the Famicom version. Well, the Famicom version was not really famous in the West as an official release. We knew about this game thanks to the Famiclones that we got in this part of the world in the 1990s. Then years later, thanks to emulation, we realized, first of all, we found out the real name of the game. It wasn't just Circus, but it was called officially Circus Charlie. That didn't come out in this part of the world. Only in Japan. It's a Famicom release. And then many years later, thanks to MAME, I realized that this was an original arcade release, and this actually came out 2 years before the Famicom release. This is from '84. The Famicom release is from '86. And speaking of, differences in the releases themselves, this stage right here doesn't appear on the Famicom. It's an arcade exclusive. Bouncing trampolines. If you go too high, this happens. You get ejected out of the tent. And you also can get stabbed. So I wonder why this level was actually removed from the home release. Was it because it's too explicit to see a clown being stabbed or burned? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reasoning behind the removal of that specific level. I have infinite lives, if you haven't realized yet. Okay, I'm gonna get stuck here for a while. Let's not focus on the money bag. I'm a coin whore, but I should stop being one. There we go. Yeah, this last nav guy is actually a little complicated. My dog is looking at me weird because I'm speaking in English. Yeah, now that I think of it, all the rest of the levels have actually been featured on the Famicom, except for the bouncing platforms. Am I playing this on a higher difficulty? Or I'm just rusty at this? I used to do way better. Or maybe I'm more used to playing the Famicom version. Which I think I did also feature on the Capcom vs. Konami show from 2017. Of course we're gonna play that again at some point, sooner than later. Okay, that end part was actually easier. My dog obviously jumped off the bed because he's That usually he usually does that when I'm recording. It's like he feels probably uncomfortable with me talking, especially in a language that he doesn't understand. Anyway. Well, sorry about the lack of videos last week. I only featured like the beginning parts of the new Hack Me Hard project here on the channel. This week it's gonna happen something similar. I'm not gonna be uploading much at all. I'm gonna feature something like in a couple of the secondary channels, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to all the secondary channels. If not, pay attention to the post section here on the channel. I'm gonna share those videos on the secondary channels on the post section here. Dude, I knew that was gonna happen. I thought I was jumping early enough. No. Wow, barely. Okay, my dog wants to be let out of the room. He cannot stand me doing commentary apparently. Last level. Obviously, it is the hardest. But for some reason, I find this particular level for this version easier than the Famicom. Yeah, I say that as I fucking died in the most pathetic possible way. But you know what I'm trying to say here. It's all about patience. There we go. And you have to like basically speed up by pressing left and right repeatedly to gain momentum, and then it's all about the timing. I like the effect of the ropes. Little tiny bit of 3D in there. The other version to this game that I played for Capcom vs Konami, and I disagree with that one, was the MSX one. That one was actually tough. Like, I remember like struggling in this very same level like for very long minutes. Okay, there's something wrong that I'm doing here. Apart from I'm doing everything wrong here. My timing is super off. As I said, I remember doing it a lot better. Basically, like making it to the very end practically without dying. Yeah, probably I'm just not being patient enough. I don't know. Here is all about patience, and I don't think there's a punishment if you take too long to make the jump. No, okay, I was too optimistic there. Okay, there is that one is actually tough because I'm moving way too fast. That was complete luck. Okay, can I actually gain momentum from this? Yeah, I'm actually gaining speed here. And okay, that was terrible. Actually, it's a pretty bad run in general. In all honesty, I'm so out of practice, but I remember doing it a lot better here. Okay, that last jump, actually, if I went any faster, maybe I would have get past the platform. No, I need more momentum here. Dude! Okay, yeah, there is like a big percentage of me being impatient and anxious about this bad decision making. I'm gonna go for another run. Yeah, the speed here is kind of ridiculous though. Well, there is technically a time limit, right? Is that a time limit? I don't know. Yeah, I technically completed one loop, You can continue selecting levels, I think on a higher difficulty. No, that's not a time limit. I think it's just a timer for extra bonuses. Alright. I guess now there would be like more double fire rings. Okay, that can be skipped. That's for the money. Okay, I think the two levels in which I struggled the most were like the balls and the trampolines at the end. Okay, there were a couple more double fire rings, but nothing terrible. And I did slightly faster, that resulted in me getting more points. Okay, jumping monkeys from the very beginning. This one is probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest level. I still see like a more crowded rope, without a doubt. And these monkeys, these purple monkeys are showing up a lot more often now. And even with that increase of difficulty, I did significantly better. Maximum score and an extra life that I don't obviously need. Alright, here I started to struggle. Let's keep the money. Okay, there again. I think I can like get away with things, but then they tell me the game tells me otherwise. Okay, I clearly moved forward and like he stayed in place for one more turn than necessary. It happened again. I was moving forward. Yeah, I did better, without a doubt. Now comes the balls, right? Oh wait, this is the new one. Honestly, did not remember this one at all. Okay, there is no way to predict actually where the dolphins are coming from. Well, maybe now I see a pattern, but it's the first time I played this one. Alright, I was wondering actually how to deal with that double evil dolphin pattern. Okay, that was a nice variance. So let's see if there is another like additional variant for the remaining types. For the balls, the horse, and the ropes. So what am I expected to do here? See, that's not enough. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, no more balls forward. It means I have to make the jump now. And you can sort of calculate the distance, the proper distance for you to make the jump, and know in advance that you are gonna land safely. Okay. All things considered, I think I have done a better job in this one loop. Here there are more obstacles from the very beginning, obviously. Right? It's all about like controlling your speed. You have to hold back in order to reduce your speed. And whenever you bounce here, like on the first of the two platforms that usually get featured, like in midair, you push forward to gain speed and skip the second spring. That's what I usually do as a strat. Sometimes you end up like bouncing on two of them, but you're still gonna land safely on the horse. Okay, I disagree with that one. The checkpoints are less generous though. You start from 50 meters away from the goal. Okay, we are at the end. Dude, now I jumped too late. Honestly, I don't see any difference. Okay, there it is. You have to jump way in advance, especially if you are like at full speed. Okay, let's go for the last stage again. Let's see if I can die less. Okay, honestly I thought I was going at a good speed, but no. This is a good speed, but now I have to like control my timing better. But dude, I would like to like reach the 10 meters away from the goal without dying. That would be like ideal. There, again, I sort of disagree with this like super ultra precise spots. Dude, at least give me 3 good like jumps in a row. I don't know. I feel like I'm barely jumping over the thing. It's way too precise. I didn't remember it being like this. Okay, that was my mistake. Okay, I'm doing as terrible as the first time, apparently. But I used to do it like a lot better here. It's all about practice, I guess. I mean, you can also use the trampolines there to like wait for the right turn. Okay, I'm doing as bad as if not worse. I mean, than the first time. It's like I have the urge to make 2 consecutive jumps without waiting. Here's the bet, see? And now I got back to the previous one. Okay, that was weird and unexpected. I thought I was gonna die. I still feel like I took less time in this one compared to the first attempt. Now I have like way too much speed. And yeah, it was difficult to control. Honestly, this last jump was exactly like some of the previous ones that I missed. So yeah, a little bit of lack of consistency, in all honesty. Of course, there is a big component of me being terrible at the game. That goes without saying. Anyways, I did 2 full loops of Circus Charlie on the arcade, including an extra level there on the bouncing trampolines. That was kind of interesting and unexpected. I'm not sure if there are like other variants of some of the other levels, but you know, I show you like the core of the game, what matters the most about the game and this version. Well, See for yourself if you prefer this or the Famicom. I like both versions anyway. They're both fun and like charming in their own way. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, for that next wheel spin that's happening a couple of days from now.